You talk to a man that goes by the geological method.
Well, that's what I do.
You know, the way the hills and valleys are constructed, and studying geology, he won't put any faith in this. But I'd say 90% of the people that you drill for want the spot witched. Basically, water is everywhere underground.
It's not always where you want it to.
Of course, your rocks are in stratus. And where the rocks come together, if you hit a good loose spot in an aquifer, or you subject to pick up a big stream.
Here we're leveling up with a bubble level that shows. We have to raise the backing up to be completely level. The well will be straight.
On this particular machine, the engine in the cab goes through a transfer case and runs the whole machine. This machine is more automated than a lot of them.
Laying down a reamer here and getting it out of the way where we can start a 6-inch hole. We're putting on a sub here with a roller bit where we can cut the overburden with a roller bit. Setting up a boards here to keep the cuttings in, in their ditch and keep it out of the face. Here's where we turn the air on it, clean the hole, and start going down. Cutting the trench for the cuttings. Because we start pumping water with it after it starts gumming up on us, and we can clean the hole out.
This particular machine carries 400 feet of drill rod. Most of them don't carry that much. These are 20-foot sections on this machine. That carousel holds 7 joints, which is 140 feet of steel. You just keep screwing them on until you get to the depth that you have to be. Now, this is a water injection pump here.
Here, I think we're just having to make mud because the clay is kind of gumming up.
That's when it really gets messy, when you have to add that water. That's the cuttings running off down through there.
We just build a dam in our drain there and put a pipe in it and time how long it takes to fill up a quart and determine how many gallons a minute we have. In this case, we hit water before we cased it, and we cased it, and we're going to drill a basin in for the reservoir.
The best thing to me is now I like to put the casing in and then go on down and see what it's looking like and dig a little basin on it. We're going to start ramming it.
We ream it out with the stabilizer he's hooking to. It's an 8.5 inch bit. And it goes from that 8.5 inch to a 6 inch. And that casing sits on that rock rim down there. That's what holds the casing. The cuttings fill in around it and seal it off, keep it from leaking.
This silver-looking casing that you see is galvanized, and they pretty well last a lifetime. We've never had. Some parts of the country you do run into an acid soil, which causes some problems sometimes, especially with the black casing. But most everybody wants the galvanized casing. It's got to be cased into solid rock. That's a state law, a minimum of 20 feet or into solid rock.
Two pieces together and then set it down. It has to stick up at least 6 inches. The main cost of the casing is to keep the overburden out, keep the mud and dirt from falling in the well.
Yeah. Strictly hammer from here on. Just hope you don't get another pocket of dirt. You have to pull it out and start over again.
Putting on a down the hole hammer now, it'll cut through rock about a foot a minute.
It's got a piston, that bit that just extended there comes back up flush, and there's a piston inside that hammer that works up and down and hits that bit. It just doesn't grind the rock, it chips it up into small pieces and it's blown out the top of the well. And the air is what keeps it clean, as well as on the hammer. Taking a sample of the cuttings, you can tell what kind of rock it is.
We just keep up with the different formations we're in. We log them into the state. We have to keep a record of everything about the well and turn it in. We were drilling around Liberty Pike, where there's a dump a couple of miles down the road, and we were down, I think, we hit a stream like at 60 feet, and a broken piece of a fruit jar came out of the well, which was kind of unusual, but we figured it was polluted.
Some of the water you can pump straight out of the well is crystal clear and perfect, but then others, it takes them a while to establish a pattern of what the quality of the water is going to be. I'd say 75 to 80% of it is usable and good water straight out of the well. Some of the people don't do any filtering even though they need to, because water treatment is expensive. Most of the time we just leave them sticking up and put a well cap on it and make our connection below ground with a pitless adapter, which is a special fitting that screw the pipe inside a casing. And that makes a freeze-proof connection, and also the pump hangs on.